Hey there, everybody, and welcome. My name is Rick here with AirgunWeb, and we have a table full of stuff here. Some really cool stuff. We're testing some stuff. We're getting back to trying to use some gear. We got a lot going on. Before we get too far into it, I want to say thank you to Airguns of Arizona. They're helping foot the bill for this video production, so I want to say a big thank you to those guys. Let's go ahead and sit down. We're going to get to work here. What do we have today? We have the Brocock Ranger XR. This, guys, is a microcarbine. We've had this gun for years in the shop. I'm trying to think of how long I've had it, maybe a couple years at least. In fact, we did a video recently where I hadn't touched it in about a year, pulled it off the shelf, put pellets in it, and the thing still's tack driving. So I love that about this particular air gun, and I have other air guns that do it, but this is one of my favorites. If I have a choice, this is me personally, right? So I get that other people are gonna have a different perspective. I'm not saying you have to think like I think. This is just me. If I want something small and compact, lightweight, I'm probably always gonna choose a microcarbine over a bullpup. Ergonomically, I like it better. So that's just me. So this is a beautiful microcarbine, and one of the best ways to come up with a microcarbine is you take a pistol and you put a stock on it, and that's what they have here. The Ranger by itself, the pistol, the Ranger is a pistol. The XR, we have this sort of AR frame style collapsible stock setup. I love it. It's fun to shoot. It's not super powerful. It's meant for shooting in the backyard. It's meant for super quiet, compact. It folds up into a backpack. It's really cool. What else do I have going on here? Well, a lot. I have the Tacticam. Now, I've had this gear in the shop for a while. I used it a little bit. I was talking to my wife as we were getting everything set up, and man, I can't tell you how many things I have bought over the years to try and record through the scope. And there's always one frustration or another. Tacticam's certainly in that ballpark. I mean, in that sort of space. It has its things that are frustrating. It has its things that are awesome, like you can just slide it on the back of a scope. You can look through the scope. It's not in the way. It's awesome that way. But it does sometimes doesn't give you the full picture of the scope. So anyway, we're going to try and use it because I really want to be able to show you the reticles and the scopes that I'm shooting. So we're going to do the best we can. We'll see how it works and see how long we try and use it. If the footage comes out. If it doesn't come out, then you just won't see it in the video. The other thing we got going on is we have the Nate Crony. Now, we did a video, my wife and I, of kind of showing how this thing works, putting on the gun. She was shooting her McCavity. Super, super nice gun. But we've got the Nate Crony on here. And this is the standard unit. This is what's available if you go and buy it. Right now we've got it attached to the moderator. So just to show that functionality. It does also come with a 1/2 UNF threaded adapter, so you can just screw that onto your barrel if you're so equipped and slide the Crony right on. I've got my tablet here, which is going to capture our shots. Hopefully it doesn't time out, and we'll see how that goes. Yeah, let's go ahead and get started. What are we doing today for pellets? I am going to test this low power 22. We're going to test all these new pellets from JSB. So I've got my tried and true 1589s, I believe, are what this gun prefers. I've got the 1813s, and then I've got these new JSB pellets. So I've got the Monster Redesign Deep and Shallow. I've got the Monster Lights, and these guys right here, in fact, I need to reach out to Joe because I only have 110, and I think these are going to be like the ticket on a lot of guns. We'll see how they do. They're in between. They're a little bit heavier than 1813s, but they're not 24, right? And then we've got the Monster Hades, which these are 24 grain Hades. So this gun doesn't have a lot of power, so I don't know how these are going to work. You guys are going to find out right along with me. We're shooting at 25 yards because that's actually really far for a pistol. Normally you shoot a pistol at 10 yards, but we're shooting at 25 because we have the microcarbine form factor. And I am going to check our distance. I got these binoculars from Hawke. Thank you, Hawke. They sent them to me. I'm at exactly 25 yards. Super nice glass with an integrated laser rangefinder. Has different modes. You can change between yards and meters. You can tell it what kind of distance you're trying to get, if it's game or if it's golfing or whatever. It changes its parameters of how it gives you the data, which is pretty cool. We're exactly 25 yards. Okay, got a lot on the table, so I'm going to actually set these aside. I want to knock them off. So we've got a camera down on the target. I've got the Tacticam, and let's see what we've got for our Chrony here. I'm going to actually do a screen record on this. I may have to hook up a charger because I forgot this needs a charger.
0.
Yes, it's 0. Screen recording, media and mic, show taps and touches. Sure, why not? We're recording. Let's see how that works. So I've got the Chrony set up. It's set to 0. Now the way the Nate Chrony works, it's a little teeny integrated Wi-Fi hotspot with a web browser. There's no data. You don't need an app. None of that. You just hook it up, connect your Wi-Fi, go to the web page, and you're good to go. I just filled the gun up. I filled to 230-ish bar, and we've got 15.89. Let's start taking some shots. Let's go ahead and get the Tacticam rolling. The cool thing about that is if it's blinking, it's running. So you tap a button and you're good to go. You look right through the scope with this, which is cool. I'm going to take a sighter. Okay. Let's see here.
$658.
Okay, the left. And we're just running off the bipod today. I mean, I'm not trying to get super accurate as far as like getting a rest and all that other stuff and locking the gun down. I'm just shooting like you would probably shoot in your backyard.
659.
Okay, so we got a couple shots. Let's go ahead and do a 5-shot group with these. And we're going to roll with that. We're close enough. We're in the black. We'll do 5 shots, and then we're going to switch to the 18-1-3s.
655. 674. 648. 660. 658.
One of the things I just realized I didn't do is do my setup. You can actually go into here and you can set your pellet weight. I didn't do that. So I'm going to set it up for the 18-1-3s now. Okay, so now we'll go back to shoot menu.
658.
Okay. Let's go ahead and we're going to clear that group. Clear shots.
0.
Okay. So you guys can see Chrony works pretty slick. Powering the Chrony, it happens through just a USB power. So I've got a power bank there, and I'll get another cable. I can charge my tablet while I'm running the Chrony, which is kind of cool. If your phone allows for charging, then you can actually just plug the Chrony into the phone, and it provides the power. Some phones do, some phones don't. All right, so we got 18-1-3s now. We'll take a sighter. Oh, we've got wind mucking up our shot down there. If that little streamer keeps getting in the way, we will remove it. All right, so I know I had the screen recording going. I hope it's working. I had the energy wrong on that, because if I had set this at 15.89 on that, we would have the right foot-pounds. But now we've got it set to 18-1-3s. Let's see how she does. I'm going to take a sighter.
$610.
All right, 14, almost 15 foot-pounds. That was dead center, so we're going to move over to our next target on the left. Take 5 shots. Come on, a little breeze.
614. 614. 596.
That pellet flew funny.
586. 589.
Okay. All right, so that was the 1813s. Let me check our pressure. We should have many more shots to go. Yep. Got at least one more mag. We're gonna go to the 20s now. So if I wanted to save this, I would just hit save.
589.
And it saves it down below here, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna clear shots.
0.
Go to my setup. Change my pellet weight. These are going to be 20.83. Set. And then we'll go to shoot.
0.
Okay. All right. So what's different with this Chrony versus other Chronies other than it attaches to the muzzle? I think that's really cool, by the way. One of the cool things about it is that it's so affordable. So this is under $100 at this point. I mean, prices are going to change, right? But you're looking at under $100 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll put 7 in here. For a pretty cool Chrony, it's lightweight, super lightweight, small. Throw it in your range bag, and you always have a Chrony with you, which is super cool. And if you're going to use it on the same gun all the time, whatever adapter you need, you rig it up and you just keep that in the bag. Wherever you go, you can always diagnose your gun. I think that's cool. Okay. We've got the monsters. These are the Monster Lights, I guess they're called. Is that what they're called? Jumbo, yeah, exact Jumbo Monsters Light. Take a shot here. I'm going to go to the second sighter down below.
543.
Really low. Okay. We're 1 mil low, or 1 mil dot low. This is a first focal plane scope. I'm shooting a Hawke. I want to bet you this is a Vantage wide angle 30. Let me just double check. Yeah, Vantage 30 wide angle. It's a 4-16 and it's first focal plane. So if I were to, you guys will see this in the Tacticam, if I zoom all the way out, the reticle goes with the magnification, so it changes. I was running at 10 power, so we'll go back to 10. All right, so I'm hitting about 1 mil low, 1 mil dot, so we're going to use that as our aim point. 5 shots, here we go.
555. 546. 542. 546. 543.
Okay. All in the black. Again, I know there's so many folks like, it doesn't shoot at 100 yards, it's no good. Well, it's a stinking pistol, guys. 25 yards is kind of pushing it a little bit, but I did want to stretch it. I wanted to see what it'll do at like range and give us some variation of the pellets. We'll definitely have, we'll be able to see what's going on. I would normally shoot this at say 15 or 20 yards, but I wanted to shoot at 25 just to see if we could get a, some sort of distinction with the pellets. All right, what do we want to do next? The next pellets we have are all 25-4. So should we do the Hades? Just get those out of the way. And I bet you we're going to be 2 mils, 1.5 mils at least. And then we're going to air it up. We'll put some air in it. So while I'm doing this, talk about the gun a little bit. As I said, it's the Brocock Ranger, the XR model. Super nice trigger. It comes with a threaded muzzle, so you can put a moderator on it if you want. Or if you want it like super compact and short, you just leave the moderator off. Comes with 11-shot mag. I'm shooting it 22 cal. I don't remember. I haven't looked at their website in a while. I don't remember. I think it comes in 177. Don't quote me on that, but I've got the 22. I would prefer the 22 anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more, 7. I don't know if I mentioned it. Super nice trigger. Very easy to cock. The whole action is just, it's top shelf. Everything is top shelf. You're going to find a lot of guns on the market today that are very affordable. Nothing wrong with them. I think they're awesome too. But they have their limits, and they have their different feel. And when you're moving the parts and how the gun just feels to hold it, there's a difference. And this is definitely on the top shelf of things. The action is super smooth. It feels right. I don't know how else to describe it. And all the metal feels like it's, you know, it's milled top shelf stuff. Price to match. Okay, so it's not like super cheap. This is without the scope or anything, just the gun itself, you're probably 15-ish plus or minus. So it's expensive, but it's a super nice shooting experience. So as you get further into a hobby, it doesn't matter what it is, you may start here. If you really like the hobby, all of a sudden you start buying better and better stuff. I don't care if it's PCs or RC airplanes, you spend a lot of money there, or a boat, or your boat. You know, it doesn't matter. You're going to find things. If you like doing it, you're going to start at a low level and start working your way up. And then all of a sudden, the thing you thought, like when you first started, the thing you thought would be just crazy to ever spend the money on, if it's a sport you like or a hobby you like, give yourself 8-10 years in it, and all of a sudden you're going to be up here. Just the way it goes. Tell me or ask me, I can tell you exactly how that happens. When I first started, $100 was just really expensive, but now I could see spending $1,500 on this because I enjoy the experience. So I get it. If you're new to the sport, you could be scratching your head and thinking I'm full of crap. Don't worry about it. I take no offense. Just think about any hobby that you've had in your life: baseball, car stereos, just you name it, you get it. You're going to start off here, and as you get into it and enjoy it, you're going to find yourself here, and Airguns are the same way. This may not be the first gun you buy, but if you're into it and like this format and style and way of shooting, this is a great option if you're kind of a little bit deeper into the sport. Okay, so let's save it. I don't know if we'll get through all these.
543.
Well, we're going to have to delete it because we only have 4 saves. But if you scroll down here, you can kind of see what you got. High, low, min, you know, that kind of stuff. You get your spread, standard deviation, all that kind of fun stuff down here. So let's go ahead and clear the shots.
0.
And we're going to go to our setup, and we're going to do 25.39. That's it. That's what it was, 25.39. Now, all of the rest of our pellets are all the same weight.
0.
So these Hades, these Monster Redesign Deep and Shallows, basically the Deep and Shallow is how much skirt is there. So the Shallow has very little skirt space or skirt area, and the Deep have more of a pocket. So some guns like one or the other, so that's why they have it that way. Right now we're shooting Hades. I notice it just... All right, let's get going here. We're still recording. That's good. Check the battery here in a little bit. All right, I think we're going to need to be a little bit higher. I'm going to go to 2 mils and aim for... I'm going to go 2 mils and aim for the bottom sighter.
488.
Okay, we're going to go with that. Same energy, 13 foot-pounds. The 15, what was it? The 1813s gave us, I think, the best energy. 2 mils, bottom left target. Let's go for it here.
500. 511. 518.
Ooh, that was not a good shot.
530.
Oh, okay. It's really coming up on us here.
516.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think this is the right gun for the Hades, or the Hades aren't the right pellet for this gun. Oh, you know what? I still have a pellet in there. It's a big spread on that too. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that one. So we're gonna put those Hades. I think they need more gun. I think they need more gun. Let's see what our pressure's at. We're gonna put some air in it. And because I just topped this off, we're gonna give it a couple shots for the reg to settle. So we're gonna go to the top center bowl. Still recording, top center bowl. And we're gonna go 1.5 mils. And we're gonna take like probably take 3 shots to let it settle down. Oh, you know what? Let's save 3.
516.
Clear shots.
0.
Okay. That's really cool. My sister, if it's, I've never used a screen recording on this, so we'll see how it's doing. It looks like it's recording up there at the top. Yeah, she's gonna have a lot of little niblet bits to play with on this between the Tacticam, the target cam, the screen recording, this camera. Yeah, she's gonna have a lot, so that'll be fun. Okay, top center, we're gonna go 1.5 mils.
483.
Okay, slow. Let's give it another shot. Again, we're gonna let the reg settle.
512.
Better. One more shot.
489.
We're almost, I think we're gonna have to use 2 mils. We'll use 2 mils. Top right bowl, 2 mils. We'll see how we do. We got 5 shots left in the mag. Let's roll.
500. 512. 491. 495. 530.
Yeah, okay. Boy, kind of all over, right? Now, it shoots consistently. It just, I don't know that it likes these big heavy pellets. Is that like a big shocker? Not really. I wanted to see if it would work, if they had a chance of working, but I don't think they're the right call. 15.89s, 18.13s, excellent in this gun. The original Hades, 15.89s, excellent in this gun. You don't need to go big old heavy pellets in something like this. But, you know, there's some folks that think that if you just run heavy pellets, you're going to just get better. And not always the case, as we're finding out today, right? So now we know. Tacticam still rolling. That's good. 1. So these are the shallow skirts. So this is as close to a slug as you can get without being a slug. We'll do 6 shots. Yeah, I mean, we're going to be 2 mils holdover. Depends on how the gun wants to behave. Let's save this last one, I guess. Okay, so now I've got these saved shots. So our saved groups. So you can actually, I think you can output these. You can print the page. There's things you can do with this. I haven't gotten that deep into it, but it's pretty cool. All right, so let's clear shots.
0.
Okay, now we are still on 25.39 or 25.4s, and now we are shooting the shallow skirts. Let me make sure I got that right. Yes, I do. Okay. I'm going to take a shot at the bottom. Just take a shot at 2 mils over.
512.
Okay. Let's roll. Okay.
510. 514. 520. 495.
Wow, what a spread.
506.
We had a little wind come up, but I don't think that really impacted it. I saw some of the pellets fly straight and some do a swirl, and it was just, yeah. I think the issue or the takeaway is that a gun like this, at this power level, 15.89s are like your sweet spot. 18.13s can shoot pretty well. I've had good results with both. 25 yards is probably a little far. Probably want to bring that in, but at least we could see what the pellets would do, right? We could see the contrast because they had enough range to fly. Because you get too close, it sort of doesn't matter, but we have enough range that we can actually see it. I'm gonna go down and grab that target, try and figure out if I can shut this off. I think I shut this off. It's got the little thing, stop my Tacticam, all this new gear, and then we're gonna wrap this video up. I wanna go take a look at that target up close. We'll be right back. All right, guys, well, that is our video for today. I want to say thank you again to Airguns of Arizona for supporting what we do. Without folks like that, we couldn't keep doing this work. So super huge thank you to them. All right. What kind of expectations do you have, right? I believe I have reasonable expectations for guns to produce a certain performance level. A pistol, essentially, which is what this is, to group under an inch at 50 yards, I think is exceptional. That's me. That's my personal opinion. I love the shooting experience on this gun. It's very, very nice. I have like a Marauder pistol. I have other pistols. Like the stock Marauder pistol in no way measures up to something like this, not even in the same universe. It's also, what, a third or like a fourth the price, 25% the cost. So it should be, I mean, this should be so much better. I love the fact it's regulated. I think you can get 3 mags on the reg. I just didn't want to push the heavier pellets at the bottom end of the shot curve. But you can get 30 shots out of this on the reg, which is pretty good. It certainly can do some light pesting and hunting. So folks over in the UK are shooting 12 foot-pounds all day. This is pushing 15 foot-pounds. So this has the power to go and get out in the field with it. Super compact. I wouldn't do it, but we had a little jackrabbit show up. Just kind of hopped around the front and then stood like 4 or 5 feet from me, looked up to me, just said hi, and then kind of hopped away. We don't hunt them here on the range. I kind of like them. Maybe if I went off the range and like that was my goal to go hunt them. This would be perfect for that kind of game, rabbit, squirrel, jackrabbit. I would stop short of things like possum and raccoon. I think you need more power. But this got the accuracy. It's certainly minute a squirrel head all day. If we look at our pellets here, that was 15.89s, that was 18.13. So these guys here, consistently for me, have always been really good in this gun. The pellet that I think is the one to look out for, this big old lizard hunt, look. The pellet to look out for is the new 20 grains, the Monster Lights. These things, okay, so these are the Jumbo Monster. They're 20 point something, 20.83. They're right in there with the 15.89s. These things, I think, are going to be like, come out of nowhere and surprise people for what they can do. They shot great in a more powerful gun. They're shooting great in a less powerful gun. These guys here, keep your eyes on these. These are the 20 grainers. I think those are awesome. The Hades, you can hunt with it. You'd want to get it really dialed in to make sure you're doing well. And then we had similar group size results with the deep pocket and the shallow pocket, about the same size group. You could mic them, but I can tell you, looking at the back of the card, they're about the same. But 15.89s, really good. The 20s, really good. And I've really, really happy to see those 20s doing so well. I think they're a great option. We'll see how they do on more guns. Guys, that's really going to be it. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Just hanging out here. Beautiful day, West Texas, shooting the Brocock Ranger XR, testing some pellets, testing a whole bunch of gear. I can't wait to go pull the Tacticam and see how the footage looks. Because if it works, we have an option of getting some scope cam footage, which I really want to see how this turns out. So I'm very, very hopeful. And you guys got a chance to see the Nate Croney in action too. Nate Croney's just a cool little device. You put it on the end of your gun and it captures your shots. I love the fact that I don't have to shoot over sky screens or worry about lighting or, you know, aiming something, it's on the gun, right? So just super cool. So thank you. Hi, Nate. Thanks for sending this stuff out. We've got more of his products to test. We have the little baby one. We have Sue's new special second edition, next generation one that's going to be out soon. So we'll be doing more with the Nate Crony down in some other videos. But for now, that's going to be it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please like, subscribe. I want to say thank you to our Patreon members, our Officers Club members. Really appreciate you guys' support. If you like the video and you hit the like button, you hit the subscribe button, make sure on the notification you hit the bell, but also double check it. If you don't specifically select everything, in other words, you leave it default to personalize, YouTube's got a bad habit of not recommending certain types of videos to your feed. So if you want to make sure you don't miss anything, make sure you double check that notification bell and choose like I want everything, notify me for everything. If you leave it on personalized, you may not get notifications. So definitely double check that to make sure you don't miss anything. My name's Rick here with AirgunWeb. We want to thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us. Thanks for watching.